Welcome to LifePoint TV. I'm Pastor Del Phillips, your host for LifePoint, your path to real life. I want you to turn with me as we continue our study here in 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 9. I'm going to reread this verse. It says, "For a great door," emphasis on great door, a great door is and effectual is opened unto me, and there are many adversaries. We began in our previous program with just kind of exploring the truisms that are found in this verse. The fact that there is a great door, the position that is the characteristic or the description of the door. It is an open door that shows us the status of the door, that the door is not closed, it is open. And it also tells us what the disposition is, that there's an adversary. Adversaries are found therein at the open door. So I want to build the second point here. First, we learned that if the door is open, opportunity must be available. The only surefire way to know that opportunity or options are absent is if the door is closed. The door that is open implies the very fact that it is open means you and I, we have an option. Now, here's the second teaching point on this. We will find adversaries at opened doors. It's interesting. It's not necessary for an adversary, your enemy, or that obstacle that is against you. It's not necessary for that adversary to exist at a place where the door is already closed. It means the closed door implies that access has been denied. Just as we talked previously, how God's grace opens the access to us, direct entry into the presence of God, not because of anything we have done, but all because of the work that God has completed. When God opens a door in our life, we also need to understand if that door previously was closed and it is now open, that's not our work, that's the work of God. And watch this, the enemy, the obstacle, the adversary will show up and find its position to disturb our faith at the open door. The adversary will find a way to come and enter that place between us and the open door, the open opportunity. Just as grace opens access to give us the opportunity to stand in the presence of God, it's the adversary that will come and convince you you don't deserve to be in God's presence. It's not God who would open a door and then say, I don't want you to come in. It's the adversary that will stand at that entryway and tell you you're not good enough. You're not worthy to come in. Instead of arguing, watch this, instead of arguing with your adversary, what we need to do is focus our attention on the door that's open. I don't need to explain how it is that grace allows me to come into the presence of God. I simply need to access, take advantage of the door that God has opened, knowing that His grace is sufficient for my weakness, knowing that God has sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die for my sins. I'm not walking through the open door of access because I deserve it. I'm walking through that door. Watch this, because it's open. Ooh, I want you to hold on to that truth. The enemy will try to make you think you can't walk through the pathways, the doorways that God has opened because you're not good enough. You don't deserve it. Admit I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. But God opened the door, so I'm going to walk through. Wow, powerful. Powerful truism for you to hold on to. This is Pastor Del Phillips encouraging you to stay on the path that leads to real life.